What you're about to witness is the single deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in human history, and almost nobody knows it happened. December 20th, 1987, the Deadliest Strait, Philippines. Two ships are about to collide in the darkness. In less than 2 minutes, over 4,000 people will be dead. More than the Titanic, more than the Lusitania, more than any other civilian ship in modern history. This is the MV Doña Paz, and this is the tragedy the world forgot. The MV Doña Paz was a Philippine-registered passenger ferry. Built in Japan in 1963, she was designed to carry 608 passengers. On December 20th, 1987, she was carrying over 4,000. She departed Manila at 10 a.m., heading for Tacloban City, a routine 24-hour journey. Among the passengers were families returning home for Christmas, children excited for the holidays, vendors with goods to sell. At 10:30 p.m., the ship was navigating the Deadliest Strait between Mindoro and Marinduque Islands. The sea was calm, the night was clear, but in the darkness, another vessel was approaching. Nothing could prepare them for what happened next. The MV Doña Paz was massively overcrowded. Official records stated 1,583 passengers aboard, but survivors would later reveal the true number was between 4,000 and 4,386 people. Why the discrepancy? Many passengers bought tickets directly from crew members to avoid taxes. Others simply boarded without tickets. It was common practice in the Philippines. The ship had only 16 crew members for over 4,000 passengers. Life jacket capacity? 608. For 4,000 people. The crew hadn't conducted a safety drill. The radio was broken. The fire extinguishers were expired. And nobody on the bridge was paying attention. At the same time, the MT Vector was traveling north through the same strait. The Vector was an oil tanker carrying 8,800 barrels of gasoline, diesel, and kerosene. She was also violating regulations. The tanker had an unqualified crew, no proper lookout, and like the Doña Paz, a malfunctioning radio. Both ships were traveling in total darkness through one of the busiest shipping lanes in the Philippines. Neither vessel saw the other. According to survivor testimony, the officers on the Doña Paz's bridge were not at their stations. Some were sleeping, others were watching television in the crew quarters. The ship was essentially piloting itself. At 10:30 p.m., passengers on the upper deck noticed something. A light in the distance, getting brighter, getting closer. Someone shouted. At 10:30 p.m., the MT Vector struck the MV Doña Paz on the starboard side. The collision punctured the Vector's cargo tanks. 8,800 barrels of petroleum products spilled into the water. Then the spark. A fireball erupted that could be seen from 20 miles away. The entire surface of the ocean ignited. Both ships were instantly engulfed in flames. Passengers on the Doña Paz woke to fire everywhere. The corridors were filled with smoke. The stairs were blocked by flames. People rushed to the railings. But the life jackets were locked away. The lifeboats were lashed down and impossible to release. Survivor Paquito Ozabel later recalled, "I heard screaming. I opened my eyes and there was fire everywhere. People were jumping into the water, but the water was on fire too." Let me walk you through the final minutes. 10:30 p.m. Collision occurs. Petroleum ignites instantly. 10:31 p.m. Both ships fully engulfed in flames. Passengers trapped inside burning cabins. 10:32 p.m. Hundreds jump into the ocean. The water is burning. People are swimming through flames. 10:33 p.m. The Doña Paz begins to list. The fire has consumed 4 decks. 10:35 p.m. The Vector's crew abandons ship. 13 crew members jump into the burning sea. 10:40 p.m. The MV Doña Paz capsizes completely. 10:45 p.m. Both vessels sink beneath the surface. In just 15 minutes, 2 ships and over 4,000 people were gone. Imagine the scene. The smell of burning fuel and flesh. The sound of thousands of people screaming in the darkness. The feeling of water so hot it blisters your skin. The sight of bodies floating in flaming oil. This was the reality for over 4,000 people. Most passengers were trapped inside the ship when it capsized. They drowned in their cabins or burned alive. Those who made it into the water faced a different horror. The ocean was an inferno. Swimming through burning petroleum meant choosing between drowning and burning. Survivor Ronaldo Goles remembered, "I saw a mother holding her baby above the flames. Then they both went under. I never saw them again." Families were separated in seconds. Children torn from their parents' arms by the current. People clung to floating debris, to bodies, to anything that would keep them above the burning surface. The lucky ones found wooden planks. The unlucky ones inhaled flames and sank. By dawn, the fires had burned out. The ocean was silent. Rescue vessels arrived at 8 a.m. nearly 10 hours after the collision. They found an oil slick stretching for miles. Debris, life jackets, bodies, so many bodies. From the MV Doña Paz, 26 survivors. From over 4,000 passengers. From the MT Vector, 2 survivors. From a crew of 13. 4,386 people lost their lives in the Titanic Strait that night. It remains the deadliest peacetime maritime disaster in recorded history, more than twice the death toll of the Titanic, and most of the world has never heard of it. When investigators examined the wreckage, they discovered a cascade of failures. The MV Doña Paz was operating with 700% overcapacity, broken radio equipment, no proper safety drill in years, expired fire extinguishers, and officers absent from the bridge. The MT Vector had no licensed officers on duty, no proper lookout posted, dangerously flammable cargo, and violations of shipping lane rules. The official inquiry concluded both ships were equally at fault. But here's what they found that made it worse. The Vector's owners had falsified inspection documents. The Doña Paz's owners had bribed officials to ignore overcrowding. The ship's captain went down with the vessel. The Vector's captain was one of only 2 survivors from his ship. He claimed the Doña Paz showed no lights and appeared from nowhere. Survivors from the Doña Paz claimed the Vector was traveling at excessive speed with no running lights. The truth? Both were right. Neither ship was following basic safety protocols, and 4,386 people paid the price. The sinking of the MV Doña Paz forced the Philippines to completely overhaul maritime safety. New laws required strict passenger capacity limits, mandatory safety drills before departure, modern communication equipment, and regular inspections with severe penalties. A memorial now stands in Marinduque honoring the victims. But here's the tragic irony. Despite these changes, maritime disasters continue in the Philippines. In 2008, the MV Princess of the Stars sank, killing 800. The lesson of the Doña Paz has been learned and forgotten and learned again. The wreck of the MV Doña Paz lies 545 meters below the surface of the Titanic Strait. It has never been recovered. 4,386 people remain entombed in the darkness. The youngest victim was 3 months old. The oldest was 83. Entire families, grandparents, parents, children were wiped out in minutes. Many bodies were never identified, never claimed, never mourned properly. This is the deadliest maritime disaster you've never heard of. But now you know. Now you can remember them. If the story moved you, please hit the like button. It helps others discover these forgotten tragedies. Leave a comment below. Did you know about the MV Doña Paz before this video? What other maritime disasters should we cover? Subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into history's most devastating maritime mysteries. And share this video. These 4,386 souls deserve to be remembered. Thank you for watching, and please travel safely.